Hello, my friend. Can you understand English, but freeze when it's your turn to speak? Do you know many words, but they disappear at the wrong moment? Are you waiting for the perfect day to start speaking English? Here's the good news. You don't need to speak fast. You don't need to sound like a native. You don't need to move to the UK or America. And you don't need hours of free time every day. You only need a few smart habits, done again and again. Today I'll show you how real English learners improve little by little until one day speaking feels natural. Stay with me because one simple practice in today's episode surprises almost everyone. Most learners skip it, and that's exactly why they stay stuck. Welcome to Learn English Unleashed. I'm John, and I'm really happy you're here. If learning English sometimes feels slow, don't worry. I know that feeling. I was not confident either. Sometimes I understood everything I heard, but when I wanted to answer, my mind became quiet. I thought something was wrong with me. But I discovered the real problem. It wasn't my memory. It wasn't my grammar. It wasn't my accent. The problem was my daily habit. The good news? Habits can change. And when your habits change, your English changes too. Let me tell you a short story. A man wanted to learn English before a holiday abroad. Every weekend, he watched long grammar lessons. He filled notebooks with rules. But when he arrived at the airport, a worker asked him, "Did you pack this bag yourself?" He knew every grammar rule about the past tense, but he couldn't answer a simple question. Why? Because he had studied English, but he had not used English. Maybe you felt the same. You finish a lesson, you feel ready. Then someone speaks to you, and suddenly your confidence disappears. If that has happened to you, you're not alone. Now let me ask you something. What if improving your English had less to do with studying and more to do with tiny moments during your day? Think about that. We'll come back to it in a minute. First, let's talk about the biggest mistake. Most learners believe they need more time. I'll practice when my schedule is lighter. I'll start next month. I'll wait until I know more words. But here's the truth. Waiting creates more waiting. The longer you wait, the harder it feels to begin. So let's change that today. From now on, don't ask, "When will I have time?" Ask, "Where can I use 2 minutes?" Yes, just 2 minutes, because small actions repeated every day are stronger than one long study session every 2 weeks. Here's your first tiny challenge. Repeat after me. Small steps every day. Again. Small steps every day. Perfect. That simple sentence is the heart of today's episode. In the next part, I'll share the first practice that helps you learn English without adding extra work to your day, and it starts in a place you visit every single day. Even though most people never think about it. Let's discover it together. Practice 1. Turn everyday moments into English. So, what is that place you visit every single day? Your kitchen. Yes, your kitchen. Most people see it as a place to cook. English learners can also see it as a place to practice. Here's the problem. Many learners think practice only starts when they open a book. The solution? Let English join your normal life. Tomorrow morning, try this. Set a timer for just 2 minutes. While you make tea, coffee, or breakfast, say out loud what you are doing. Don't worry about perfect grammar. Simple English is powerful English. You can say, "The water is getting hot." "I'm looking for a clean cup." "This smells really good." "I think I'll add a little more sugar." See? Nothing difficult. These are real sentences that people actually use. And because they match a real action, your brain remembers them much better. Here's a question. Which is easier to remember? A random list of 20 new words, or 4 sentences you used while making breakfast? Exactly. Your brain loves meaning, not memorizing. So remember this. Don't collect English. Live English. Now let's do a quick challenge together. Repeat after me. I'm ready to start my day. Again. I'm ready to start my day. Excellent. That took only a few seconds, but small moments. Like this grow into real confidence. Imagine doing this every morning for 1 month. You won't just know more English, you'll start thinking faster. And that's when speaking begins to feel natural. But here's something even more interesting. What if you could improve your pronunciation without studying long pronunciation lessons? Most learners don't know this simple method. In the next practice, I'll show you why copying the sound is often more important than learning more vocabulary, and once you try it, you'll never listen to English the same way again. Practice 2. Copy the sound, not just the words. Welcome back. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever learned a new sentence, but it still didn't sound natural when you said it? That happens to almost every learner. Here's the problem. Many people practice words, but native speakers practice rhythm without even thinking about it. The solution? Copy the whole sound, not just the meaning. Think about learning a song. You don't sing one word, then stop, then sing the next word. You follow the flow. English works the same way. Here's a simple 3-minute routine. Choose a short podcast, YouTube clip, or movie line. Listen to one sentence. Pause. Repeat it immediately. Don't worry if your voice isn't perfect. Just try to match the speed, the stress, and the feeling. Today, let's practice together. Repeat after me. That sounds like a great idea. Again. Now a little smoother. That sounds like a great idea. Excellent. Did you notice something? You weren't thinking about grammar. You were simply following the rhythm. That's exactly what real conversations feel like. Now imagine this. You're meeting a friend at a cafe. They ask, "How's your day going?" Instead of searching for perfect words, you answer naturally, "It's been pretty busy, but I'm doing fine." Short, simple, real. That's the goal. Not perfect English, comfortable English. Here's your next mini challenge. Today, copy just 5 sentences from one speaker you enjoy, not 50, just 5. Say each sentence 3 times. It will take less than 5 minutes, but your mouth will begin to remember English in a new way. And once your mouth remembers, your confidence starts to grow. So here's the secret. Listen, copy, smile, repeat. Those 4 steps can change the way you speak. But we're only getting started, because even if your pronunciation improves, one habit can still slow you down. It's the silent habit inside your mind. In the next practice, I'll show you how to stop translating every sentence and start letting English come to you more naturally. That small change is where many learners finally begin to speak with confidence. Practice 3. Narrate your day. Now, we're ready for one of my favorite practices. And honestly, this is where many learners begin to feel real progress. Let me ask you a question. When something happens during your day, which language appears first in your mind? If the answer is your native language, that's completely normal. Here's the problem. Many learners translate every sentence before they speak. That takes time. And during a real conversation, those extra seconds feel very long. The solution? Start giving your brain tiny English jobs. Not for 1 hour, just for 30 seconds at a time. This is called narrate your day. Here's how it works. Imagine you're putting on your shoes before leaving home. Quietly say, I need to leave in 5 minutes. I hope the traffic isn't too heavy. I should grab my keys first. Simple, useful, real. Later, when you're waiting in a queue, try again. This line is moving faster now. I almost forgot my wallet. I think it's my turn next. Notice something. These are sentences people really use, not textbook English, real-life English. Now here's your 30-second challenge. The next time you walk from one room to another, don't touch your phone. Instead, describe what you're doing in English. Only 30 seconds. That's it. Can you do that today? I think you can. Now repeat after me. I'll keep it simple. Again. I'll keep it simple. Perfect. Remember, simple English spoken every day is far more powerful than difficult English you never use. And here's a little secret. The best speakers don't always know the most words. They use the words they already know, quickly, clearly, and with confidence. So don't chase complicated vocabulary. Build fast thinking instead. Because when your brain stops translating, your voice starts flowing. But what happens? When you suddenly forget a word, should you stop talking? Or is there a smarter way to keep the conversation going? In the next practice, I'll show you a simple memory method that helps you speak, even when the perfect word doesn't come to mind. And once you learn it, you'll never panic over missing vocabulary again. Practice 4. Unlock words before you look. Welcome back. Now, let me ask you something. Has this ever happened to you? You're speaking, everything is going well. Then one word disappears. Your mind goes blank. You stop talking. Sound familiar? Don't worry. Every English learner goes through this. Here's the problem. Most learners look at the answer too quickly. Here's the solution. Give your brain a chance to find the word first. Think of your brain like a muscle. If someone lifts every weight for you, your muscles never grow. Your memory works the same way. So here's today's 2-minute practice. Open a short English article or a podcast transcript. Read one sentence, close it. Now ask yourself, what can I remember? Don't worry if you remember only a few words. That's enough. Now say the sentence again, using your own words. For example, if you heard, the meeting was delayed because of the heavy rain, you could simply say, the rain made the meeting start later. Different words. Same idea. That's real communication. Native speakers do this all the time. They don't memorize every sentence. They express the meaning. Here's another real-life example. Imagine you're ordering food and you forget the word receipt. Don't stop speaking. Try another way. You can say, "Can I have the paper for my payment?" The other person will usually understand. That's confidence. Keep the conversation moving. Now, let's practice together. Repeat after me. I don't need perfect words. Again, I can explain my idea. One last time. Communication comes first. Excellent. Here's your mini challenge. Today, if you forget one English word, don't switch languages. Don't give up. Explain it in a different way. Even one sentence is a big win. Remember this. Fluent speakers don't know every word. They know how to keep talking. And that's the habit. We're building together. Now, are you ready? For the final and most powerful practice, it's only 5 minutes a day. But it brings everything together. It turns listening, thinking, and speaking into one simple daily habit. Let's build that routine in the next part. Practice 5. Build your 5-minute speaking habit. We're almost at the end. And this is the practice that connects everything you've learned today. Here's a question. What if just 5 minutes could change the way you speak English? Not because 5 minutes is, but because you actually do it every day. Here's the problem. Many learners wait for the perfect study session. 1 free hour, a quiet room, the right mood. The solution? Forget perfect. Build a small routine you can never miss. Here's your 5-minute English habit. Minute 1. Listen. Play a short English podcast or a video. Don't write anything, just listen and enjoy. Minute 2. Copy. Choose one sentence. Say it exactly like the speaker. Copy the rhythm. Copy the feeling, not just the words. Minute 3. Make it yours. Now change the sentence to fit your life. If you hear, "I'm looking forward to the weekend," you could say, "I'm looking forward to tomorrow's football game," or "I'm looking forward to seeing my cousin." Same pattern. different life. That's how English becomes personal. Minute 4. Speak freely. Now speak for 1 minute, without stopping. Talk about your plans, your day, something funny that happened. If you make mistakes, keep going. Don't press the pause button. On yourself. Minute 5. Celebrate. Yes, celebrate. Smile and say, I finished today's practice. Small wins matter. They tell your brain, I can do this again tomorrow. Now let me tell you about someone just like you. A learner used to think, I'll never speak English confidently. Every conversation felt stressful. Every mistake felt huge. Then they stopped chasing perfection. Instead, they followed this 5-minute routine every day. Some days were great. Some days felt slow. But they didn't quit. A few weeks later, something unexpected happened. They answered simple questions without translating. They understood more videos. They felt calmer while speaking. The English didn't change overnight. Their daily habit did. And that's what changed everything. Now it's your turn. Repeat after me. 5 minutes can change my future. Again, I will keep showing up. One last time. Every day I get a little better. Excellent. Never forget this. You don't become confident first. Then start speaking. You become confident. Because you keep speaking. In the final part, we'll quickly recap today's 5 practices, and I'll leave you with one message that I hope you'll remember. Every time you learn English, quick recap and one final message. Before we finish, let's remember today's 5 simple practices. Practice 1. Turn everyday moments into English. Use just 2 minutes while making breakfast, getting ready, or doing small daily tasks. Practice 2. Copy the sound, not just the words. Listen. Pause. Repeat. Your ears and your mouth learn together. Practice 3. Narrate your day. Give your brain small English jobs. Instead of translating every thought. Practice 4. Unlock words before you look. Don't panic when you forget a word. Explain your idea and keep the conversation moving. Practice 5. Build your 5-minute speaking habit. 5 small minutes every day are more powerful than one long study session. Once a week. Now let me ask you one last question. Imagine yourself 6 months from today. You open a podcast. You understand almost everything. Someone asks you a question in English, and this time, you don't freeze. You smile. You answer. Not because your English is perfect, but because your confidence has grown through small daily practice. That future doesn't begin next year. It doesn't begin next month. It begins today with one sentence, 1 minute, one small habit. Remember this. Don't compare yourself with someone who has been learning for years. Compare yourself with the person you were yesterday. If today you spoke one more sentence, listened one more minute, or learned one useful expression, you are already moving forward. And I'm proud of you for showing up today. Learning English isn't a race. It's a journey. Some days you'll move quickly. Some days you'll move slowly. Both are progress. So keep going. Keep listening. Keep speaking. Keep smiling. And most importantly, never be afraid of making mistakes. Every mistake is proof that you're using English. And every time you use English, you become a little stronger. Before you leave, here's today's final challenge. After this episode ends, speak English for just 5 minutes. Talk about your day, your plans, your favorite food, your favorite place, anything. Just don't stop. Then come back tomorrow and do it again. Tiny steps. Every single day. That's how real fluency is built. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. If you enjoyed this episode and want more slow, easy, and practical English, make sure you subscribe to Learn English Unleashed and join me in the next lesson. Until next time, take care, keep learning, and remember, your English grows every time you use it. See you in the next episode.